Hello students, I am Meenakshi Khamkar from Vidyalankar Polytechnic. In this video, we will be studying how to connect VB.NET application with Microsoft Access database. This experiment you can use to develop complete application. You can develop micro project using this experiment. So first step for creating this application, first we will design database in Microsoft Access. So for open your taskbar, just click on Win key and type Access. I have MS Access 2016. Open this Access, Microsoft Access. Now click on blank desktop database. Then my database name will be student1. Create. Now I want to save this database. You can give your location. I want to save this database in D drive. My folder GAD and student1. There is one table already, student table, and now I am creating student1 table. Just click OK and next. So you can see path is changed, whichever I have selected, and just click on create. Now you can see one table is created. Next step is we need to right click on this table 1, click on design view. Again table name. In one database you can create multiple tables, but now in this example we are creating only one table. So थोड़े टाइम पहले जो हम लोग ने student1 दिया था, it was database name, and in one database there can be multiple tables. So our first table is you can give same name or you can give different name, any choice. You can give different names also, but I am giving same name, student1. My database is also student1 and table name is also student1. So now as you can see, ID is by default column. Next, and it will be generated automatically because it is auto number. Now next I want to add roll number. Its data type will be you can give any data type. I am giving short text so that you can enter text value also. Then first name, same thing, short text. Last name and short text. So I have created 3 columns in this table. So we have created 3 columns with different data types. Now I want to enter data in this table. So again, right click on this table and open. After clicking on open, it is giving before this also it will ask to save. Actually I have already saved. It will ask to save that column names and column data type. So you have to just press OK and then right click on this student table and open, click on open. So this window will be open. Now you can enter your data, which how many rows you want to add, you can add. As you can see, I have entered 2 rows in this table. roll number 101, first name Rohan, last name Sawan, and second row roll number 102, Rekha and Joshi. So this is our table which is ready for application, designing application. Now remember this, wherever you have saved this table, my table name is student1. Okay, now you have to close this window, because if you don't close, we cannot access that table in Visual Studio. After creating table, next step is we will design form in Visual Studio. So open your Visual Studio, create new project. My project name is Connectivity two. Now here select Windows Format, Visual Basic. Now third step is we have to design this form for displaying our table data. So what you will design in this form, three labels: roll number, first name, last name, and for displaying data, three text field, 1, 2, 3. Then six buttons: previous, next, save, add new, record, delete, and exit. After this, you can group all these controls in group box. You can select group box from your toolbox, select it and drag it on this area. So all these controls will be grouped together. This is not compulsory, just for display purpose you can use this group box. So all the controls will be in group 1. It will be displayed in group box 1. Next, draw this data grid to display your table values. In toolbox, just type data. So data grid view is visible. Select this and drag on this form window. Now, after displaying this data grid on this form, what you need to do is just click here on this right arrow. After creating this data grid view, next step, we need to connect our database to this data grid view. So click on Tools, Connect to Database. Then select your database file. My database file is in D drive. My folder name is GAD student1, second database, and open. Now you can check the connection by clicking on this button, test connection. Test connection succeeded, means our table is connected successfully. Okay, again press OK. So here you can see student 1 connection is created and these are its properties. Now click on this data grid view, click on this triangle, here choose data source. Data source name is not visible, so click on this add project data source. After this select database, data set, next. Again here you need to select your database. Student 1, I am selecting student 1. Next, the connection you selected, it is asking for copying data. You can just click on no. Student 1 connection is done. Student 1 connection string and click on next. Now select this table because we are using table and finish. Now you can see the selected tables, ID, roll number, first name, last name. These tables columns are displayed in this data grid view. Now if you want to add or any delete column, you can just click on enable column reordering, then click on edit columns, and here you can add or delete whichever column you want, or you can change its properties, colors of each row from these properties of each column. Okay, suppose roll number, just click on OK. Next step is we have to link these text field to table column so that it can display roll number in this text field, then first name in this text field, last name in this text field. So how to do that? Just select properties. In properties you have to select data binding, text, click here, and then student 1 binding source. Now my student 1 binding source is visible. If you are not visible, you can just click on this other data source, so it will be visible. Now my student 1 binding source is visible. Just I am clicking on this student 1 binding source. These are the columns ID, roll number, first name and last name. So in first text field I want to display roll number, so select roll number. Now same thing for second text field, which is first name in data binding, in text select student 1 first name. For third text field I want to display last name, so in data binding text student 1 binding, last name should be visible. Now next step is we have created all these buttons: previous, next, save, add, delete and exit. Now we will write code for each button. For writing code we need to refer this student 1 dataset, student 1 binding source and student 1 table adapter. All these components will be used in our code. So now first we will write code for previous button. For that we require student 1 binding source. Just double click on previous button. After clicking on the previous button, yeah, a code window will be open. You can see this code you should not change because this is related to connection. So here we should write code for button 1, which is our previous. Again we can see I have double click on previous button. So here you should write student 1, student 1, student 1, binding we require, binding source. Here student 1 binding source dot previous. Move previous function will be selected with round brackets. So this is code for previous button. Again double click on next button. Here student 1 binding source dot next. Move next function. Then again go to the form, click on add, double click on add. Same thing, student 1 binding source dot add new, or add, you can use add new function. Again on delete, student 1 binding source dot remove, it is remove. You can select remove current. Then delete. After this, first we will write code for exit. Double click on exit button. On exit button, you should type me dot close. Last button is save. So double click on save button. On save button also, we have to select student binding source dot edit option. End edit. Then now for next line, we require table adapter name. What is our table adapter name? Student 1 table adapter. So here on save button, student 1 student 1 table adapter dot update. Here we require dataset name. What is our dataset name? Student 1 dataset. So here we should write student 1 dataset dot table name. Our table name is student 1. Here we should add one exception on error. Go to on error, go to error, it can be save error. This is label. This label we should create somewhere. Save error and then end sub. So your application will be stopped after if error comes. Oh, you should type instead of end sub, exit sub, exit sub, so that application will be closed if any error. If there is no error, we can display one message there, data saved. Saved. Now we will run this application to check whether it is working properly. So you can see our output is displayed in these three text box also and in data grid view also. Okay. So you can navigate using these buttons: previous, next, previous. If you want to add any record, so just click here and add records. 103 ABC. I am adding ABC and click on add, so that record will be added. After this, if you want to see, you can see all the records. Next, if you want to delete any particular record, so just I want to delete this first record, so select this record and click on this, so that first record is deleted. Suppose, okay, after that again add one more record, 103 104 ABC XYZ, and then click on add. After addition, you can save all the records. So all the records are stored in MS Access database also. Data saved message is displayed because there is no error. Click on OK, and after this exit on this button. At the same time, you can open your table student 1 and you can check whether that rows are inserted in your table. You can see my table student 1 is open. There are 3 rows. Just now I have entered 2, 3, 4. Rule number 1, ID 1 was deleted, first row was deleted. So these are the 3 rows which we entered through that VB.NET application. So it is now clear. You can design your application in VB.NET and you can design your database in MS Access, and you can connect your front application and back application using this connectivity code. Thanks for watching this video.